Bella, Brother Shaggy, Aisho Speed, Kai Senat. You can name all these celebrities. They have something in common. They are super rich. But one thing that they have in common with you is that they all have social media, and this social media has been a tool that they have been able to use to leave trenches. They've gone from being totally broke, totally devastated, to becoming multi-millionaires just because they used social media. Now in this particular video, I'm going to show you exactly how I am using social media to totally change my life, and how you can also use social media to change your life, like your favorite celebrities, comedians, and everybody you know that's out there that is popular. And I'm going to be sharing this in 4 simple steps. Now, step 1 is that one important thing that social media can do for you is that it can amplify any single thing that you're doing. Now, you need to understand that social media is not just a platform. Like, social media is like a megaphone. Anything that if you say something and it sounds like, with social media, it literally sounds louder. Because with social media, you have the opportunity to reach out to as many people as possible to amplify what you can do. Social media is the biggest form of leverage. So one thing I can tell you for sure that social media helps you do is that it amplifies anything you're doing. So if you're like a normal graphic designer or you're a marketer or whatever, and you're only reaching out to 1 to 10 people, 5 to 6 people in your normal locality and all that, with social media you can reach thousands, you can reach millions. In fact, you can even reach tens of millions. The likes of Mr. Beast have even been able to make videos that have reached 1 billion people at a single go. And that's something that you can also do for yourself. You can start using social media today by posting out content, by making sure that you talk about what you're doing every single time. That particular thing I'm talking about right now, it literally changed my life. Back then when I started out, I was a graphic designer. I was earning like 26k. But I went on Twitter and I started to talk about my graphic design services. And I got a DM by somebody. In fact, plot twist, right? That 26k I was earning, the person that employed me at that particular point, he saw my tweet on Twitter and decided to hire me. And it didn't just stop there. I started to reach out to more people. I started to make free designs for more people online and say, okay, if you want to design on Twitter or whatever, if you need flyers, logos or whatever, I put it out there. And I started to make around like $150 every single month. And 26k back then was around $30 back then, or even less. I think, yeah, it was around $30 back then. So it was like a huge jump for me just because I started talking about what I was doing on social media. Until today, I still do talk about everything I'm doing. Like, I talk about it on my WhatsApp, Instagram. Every single place where I can put a clickable link is an opportunity for you to make some good money for yourself. Now, another way that social media can help you leave trenches is that it can help you network. Guys, the people that you already know right now are not the people that are destined to take you where you want to go. Networking is a serious thing that you have to take seriously, especially if you didn't grow up privileged or you didn't come from a kind of family where they are already boxed up. To be honest, your help is lying in the hands of strangers. So one thing you have to do more is that you have to start connecting with as many people as possible in order for you to get to that level where you can now start to know that, okay, if I need one particular thing, I know who to call. If I need to get a particular update on a particular business, I know exactly who to make reference to. This is the power of social media. And with social media, you can easily just start putting out tweets, start entering people's DM. And one tip I'm going to give you is that I'm going to tell you to always make sure that you appear more valuable online, because nobody's going to reply to a faceless channel that has in his bio, I love tweeting about football or something like that. No, you have to think about it and say, okay, what value can I give to people? So for me back then, I was a brand identity designer, right? Right now, I don't even really need to do networking so much on social media anymore, because I feel to a large extent I've conquered that particular part. But you just starting out, as I was a brand designer back then, I just had graphic design, brand identity and whatever on my social profile. So the more I put out more content out there, anybody that goes to my profile knows that, okay, this is what I do for a living, and they're now interested in connecting with me because they know that I can give them a kind of value. So when you're networking, the first thing that has to come to your mind is not how I can collect money from this particular person. It should be, what can I do that is going to help me and this particular person make money together? So it's going to be more of like a partnership thing than it is just you taking money from people. So you can start reaching out to people as much as possible. Try to be high value yourself. Try to position yourself in such a way whereby you can provide value to all these people as well. Now, the third thing I'm going to talk about in social media is monetization. And this is where the likes of Pella, the likes of Sabinus, and the rest that are comedians comes in. Now, anything you're doing these days, as long as you're posting content around it on social media, you can monetize it. In fact, X has a monetization plan, TikTok has a monetization plan. Every single platform these days has a monetization plan. So it is super important that you understand that one particular content can literally make you thousands and thousands of dollars if you're consistent about it. And the truth is, it can even be a win-win situation. You can talk about your business. When you talk about your business, you get people to be interested in your business, they reach out to you, and the platform still pays you because that particular content is on the platform. And that's exactly what comedians enjoy. Comedians go ahead and post funny videos. People like all those videos, give them brand deals, give them endorsements and things like that. And at the end of the day, the platform still pays them. So that's like literally multiple streams of income from just using social media alone, right? And the last but not least is that you should make sure that you build a personal brand on the internet, because man, the personal brand is so underrated these days. Like, that's the reason why the likes of Don Jazzy, the likes of Drake, the likes of Bill Gates can just wake up any day and start any business, and it is going to go very well. So one thing you have to understand is that the stronger your personal brand, the more people trust you, and if people trust you, they are going to buy from you no matter what it is you're selling. There's this guy back then, his name is Dan Bilzerian. I really love his content so much, and I remember back then I would always be watching his videos because he was inspiring me a lot. He had like a lot of chicks around him. He was doing things that normal people do not do. He drove tanks, you know, he went to parties and all those kind of things. That was my inspiration then, you know, back then. And recently I noticed that he launched a tequila brand. After he launched a particular tequila brand, he launched a lingerie brand. So many brands he launched, and they're all doing okay. That's the power of a personal brand. A personal brand will actually make you a full-blown business person, because there's now a face behind the product, which makes it easier for people to trust any product you're putting out there. If you're trying to sell something to some people and they're not buying, they probably do not trust the person that owns the product. But if you pose as a personal brand and you're putting out content out there, telling people things that are valuable, it's going to be very easy for people to trust you when you eventually launch a particular product. So that's exactly how you get to leave trenches in 2025. And guess what? All these things I have said, none of them requires you to make any form of investment or to pay any kind of money or whatever. For you to go and post your videos on social media so that it gets 100,000 views and be amplified, it is totally free. For you to be able to monetize and, you know, tell people click on the link in my bio to buy my particular product, it's totally free. For you to make videos and create a personal brand in the process and give value to people, it is 100% totally free. For you to send people DMs and for you to reach out to people, for you to join communities and groups and connect with people of like minds that can totally change your life, it is totally free. So one thing you have to understand is that the barrier that you're facing right now is a battle against yourself. So try as much as possible to start with as small as possible. Don't try to make 10 videos in a day. Don't try to make sense the first time. No, just be free. Just freestyle. When I started out putting out videos back then in like 2020, if you scroll down to the bottom of this YouTube channel, you see some videos I put so cringe. Like, I was thinking, oh, is this video even good enough? Even till today, I still think, okay, my videos can be better. But that doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because you need to understand that if you put out more content and you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, you are going to get better. So take a chill pill. Just start as little as possible. Just start with your mobile phone, record yourself saying something that makes sense, saying something that you like, and kick off from there. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be business content. It could be any niche that you want. It could be any type of content you want. You could even be comedy, but just put out something, guys. You are, in the next 2 to 3 years, you are not going to regret. So that's the video for today. See you guys in the next video.